Happy Thursday, Team Mortgage Mark here. Today I have with me Miss Paige, former Jorgensen, now Menden. She's in my office. Paige and I have been working together for 2 years. I'm going to put her on the spot because she said she's super nervous, so she doesn't need to be. But Paige, what do you do for us here at the Mortgage Mark team?
Hi there. So I do marketing for the Mortgage Mark team, a little bit of marketing, a little bit of kind of CRM management and stuff like that, but official title is marketing.
Guys, she's a master implementer. So this is a little teaser. We're gonna promote something that we're gonna be doing in 2 weeks, and Paige is gonna be part of that. I'm telling you, if I wish I was as good as she is as far as just being diligent and making sure things happen. So Paige is gonna be here till the end, but she'll be quietly while I kind of give you guys this quick little highlight of what's coming from our side. So guys, let me just go over this real quick. Rates are getting beat up pretty good. So here's the Freddie Mac screenshot showing rates are 3.22 with 0.7 points. Check this out, guys. Bam, right? Red is bad, green is good. So we have seen rates just over the last week. I mean, it's a significant increase. We've gone from what would have been like a high twos to, the now the mid low threes and now maybe even mid threes. So they're just getting beat up. Big reason being just today and yesterday, the Fed minutes came out. So in the mid-December, the minutes that actually says like, here's what we talked about came out, and they basically were very hawkish, meaning like they're going to be really aggressive and raise rates. And on top of that, the ADP job reports came out yesterday, showed like it almost doubled the expectations of jobs. So in other words, the labor market's super strong, which gives the Fed even more reason to want to raise rates. Those are all bad things. This is why we've gotten our clocks cleaned on rates this week. So guys, we're not going to go too far into this because in 2 weeks, we're going to be doing, and we'll send it out to you, a Chasing Excellence workshop. It's going to be Wednesday the 19th from 11:30 to 12:30 at our office. There is a Zoom option, but from 11:30 to 12, it's all fun. It's, meet friends, lunch, all that stuff. We'll be providing it. 12:01 is 30 minutes of intense workshop. And that's part of what Paige is here for. You'll see when you get there, but we're going to do an economic outlook for about 5 minutes of that, just so everybody can plan accordingly. But basically, you guys have seen it and heard it. Rates are going to go up, but what if I told you rates might also come down by the end of the year, right? There's some thought that there's some reason to think that might be the case. So come to that. That's the economic outlook. I'm including this because I just think this is fascinating. Guys, look at this sweet spot, the millennials, right? We all know it's a big group. They are now in their late 20s to mid 20s to late 30s, which is prime home buying ages. So that is the good news. You got a whole bunch of folks still looking to get in. The bad news, affordability. We all know that. This chart shows it better as far as like declining markets. Here you go. Dallas, Fort Worth, guys. The good news is we're not as bad as Phoenix, Charlotte, Tampa, Jacksonville, and Memphis. Check out how affordability has declined. So you don't want to be up here. Dallas, we've had about, 10 to 15% of the folks that have fallen out of eligibility just because of the affordability of our house prices. The good news is there's still, a lot of markets worse than us. So guys, here's part of what PJ's here for today. One thing we're going to promote, we already do it internally, but we're going to open this up to outside folks like yourself if you want to join us, is what we do is a month book of the month, and everybody gets to pick their own book, just so you guys know. But Paige is going to be talking to us about Lincoln on leadership. So I have a few books. I got two girls, as you guys know, or some of you know. I got two girls, 11 and 7, and there are a handful of books that I'm going to make them read before they leave the house to go off after being 18 years old, college or whatever they want to do. Lincoln on leadership is one of them. So PJ just chose to read that this month. So she's here to give us a quick 2-minute synopsis of PJ, whatever you want to talk about. Give me a story. Give me what you learned. I know it's crazy because you got I think there's 1.8 million people that watch this every week. So what do you got? Tell me something about Lincoln on leadership.
All right. So I read Lincoln on Leadership this month and really got a lot of takeaways from it. I was kind of skeptical going into it, but it was a really good book and it relates to a lot of things today. So it is written by Donald Phillip. So at the beginning of the book, it kind of talked about how whenever he was starting to do some research on Lincoln, he found that there really wasn't a whole lot out there about Abraham Lincoln, which is kind of surprising. But as he kind of started to go into it more, research and more, he found that a lot of the things that Lincoln did when he was president can really translate into leadership today. So a few of the really good takeaways that I found, one was just kind of talking about how to be a good leader and how to kind of get down and circle the troops is what they called it. So he would always go in and kind of go to the front line, talk with the people that are really fighting for him and kind of learn that way, and how that translates to today, like leaders can go and go talk to their employees that are kind of at the front line of their business and stuff like that. So that was a really good takeaway. And another thing that really stood out to me was it was a chapter talking about finding your grant. So Ulysses S. Grant was someone that Lincoln always kind of gravitated towards, someone that he knew he could trust and would always go to him, and anything that he told Lincoln, Lincoln would, take it to heart and really trust him and all that. So it just kind of goes to show that it's hard to find people like that, but just kind of like employees, if you can find someone that is your Ulysses S. Grant, then that's really valuable.
Did Lincoln have a bad hire? Did he have people that he
did.
shouldn't have hired?
So there are a lot of people that they talked about that he didn't really love and he didn't necessarily get along with. So it really had some good tips on how he would, like, I guess nowadays it'd be kind of typing up an email, but back then he would like write letters and maybe like talking about how they were bad, and he would write them and he would never send them. So he would just keep it to himself. So he'd at least get it out, and he would always be like respectful and humble to those people, but he would kind of still get it out in his own way. And so it was really just a really good leader. So
that's what I remember as well. And I don't know if it said it put it in his top hat or if that was just, for the story's effect, or maybe I made that up, but he would write those letters, I don't want to say lambasting, but, expressing his disappointments, his pleasures, his emotions, and then he'd never send them. Right. So I think as a leader, we've all done that. Even as a spouse, I said, I think it was like 2 nights ago, just Caroline said something and I just kind of whipped back and she's like, easy. Right. And so I'm like, my bad. Like, it was the emotion of the situation that I projected onto her. So I think as a leader, that was one of the big things. I was like, it's just kind of neat because I actually found those letters, if I'm not mistaken. Right. Like, hey, you stink. Right. So imagine as a president, one of the greatest presidents of all time that kept our country together. I just thought that was good. So guys, highly recommend the book. If you're a reader, great. If you're not, it is one that I'd say put on your must read list. And it's just got cool little stories. So PJ, thank you for joining us today. And guys, we will be sending out an email with this about our workshop. We'd love to have you join us. And then a separate one we'll send out about our book club. So this is something we do internally. We all get together and we just spend exactly what PJ just did. We spend 2-3 minutes just highlighting why we like the book. Not all of them are winners. I'm reading one right now that I'm like plugging through and I don't like it, but I'm going to finish it. But again, if you guys want to join us for either the workshop or the book clubs are always on Zoom. Love to see you guys, but we appreciate you watching as always. And hopefully we'll see you in 2 weeks for our Chasing Excellence workshop. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.